Drunkness Street.
Okay. I hope that this is a moderate amount of unhinged instead of, like, fucking disaster zone unhinged.
Yeah.
Like that last one.
Yeah. Drunkness Street, probably a big residential district, is a place located in parallel universe or extra dimension. Foundation have found and contains several anomalies thought to be from Drunkness Street. In addition, there are several bi-directionally passing transit dimension connected with our world and the Drunkness Street discovered. These are all discovered in Kyoto Prefecture, but not exclusively existing there. While a part of groups of interest have been collecting knowledge about Drunkness Street, the Foundation holds little information regarding Drunkness Street. In most of the transit dimension reside sapient entities, according to which the essential concept is drunkenness, oblivion, stagnation. These keywords can be found spread in the data gained with investigation. Although residents in transit dimension do not agree with the concept, they currently do not show the tendency to be proactively against it or to move to either Drunkness Street or our world. So far, the Foundation and Drunkness Street are not in conflict with each other. It is even unknown whether Drunkness Street has perceived the Foundation in the first place. To prevent unpredictable event, the Foundation has established a hands-off system, basically prohibiting access toward Drunkness Street. However, several agents or D-Class had invaded into Drunkness Street without permission or before the hands-off system was not well established, and the cases which managed to come back were very few. I think the D-Class went in there to escape.
Mm.
Alright, Hatchet, guess how many SVs are connected to it?
1.
3.
Oh, we got 3.
And it's a safe short one.
Yeah.
Alright. Item 823JP, Object Class Safe, Special Containment Procedures. 823JP is contained at Site 81 Redacted, a low-risk biological containment cell. This cell has a window for 823JP to look at the sky. If 823JP shows any kind of reaction that has been documented, report it to the containment head. 823JP are moon-shaped dangos.
Dongos.
A dango is a traditional Japanese dumpling made of rice flour, with a consciousness of their own.
Yeah, they're like little.
Dumpling is a good way to say it, because
Probably
they're
not, no.
they're basically like a type of mochi, but with sauce on it. Like they're literally a type of mochi with sauce. Here's a picture. They also come in different colors, but they're generally typically the same flavor. I've had dango before.
Alright. 823JP consists of 2 parts. A sandbow, a rectangular stand usually made of wood, with a tray attached at the top. It also has a hole on 3 of its sides. It is commonly used for religious purposes to present offerings to the gods. And the dangos, with the sandbow being the same size and material as the sandbows commonly found. The mechanism used by 823JP is able to move autonomously is unknown. 823JP does not talk, but is capable of producing some very simple words. 823JP can move while the lower part of the sandbow is touching the ground. 823JP is able to reach a speed of approximately 5 kilometers per hour.
That's a surprisingly fast dongo.
Yeah. 823JP can jump up to a height of approximately 30 centimeters. 823JP expresses its own emotions by making objects emerge from within the sunbow through the 3 holes. When 823JP feels happy, Chinese silver grass will emerge, and when it feels angry, a mallet will emerge. E23JP swings the objects harder the more excited it gets. All objects have a reduced size in order to fit through the holes, only the upper part being visible. When the emotions of 823JP calm down, the object that had appeared disappears by being pulled into the sunbow. Then those are piled over one another, with 9 as the base, 4 in the middle, and 1 on top. They are normal and edible, made from rice flour. 823JP defends against the consumption of the first layer of dongos with the mallet, but due to the small size of the mallet and its narrow range of motion, it does not pose a significant harm to the offenders. When a number of
Well, I feel very sad
yeah.
that we have data on what happens when you try to eat the sentient dongo.
Yeah.
Don't eat the sentient dongo.
Yeah. When
They don't deserve that.
Yeah. When the number of dongos decreases, 823JP slows down, and when all dongos are consumed, 823JP temporarily stops functioning. Even if a tangerine, a stone, etc. is placed on a tray instead of a dongo, they will be replaced by dongos at a rate of 1 every 2 hours.
That's not savory enough for meal for me. Oh god damn. Oh,
823JP.
I would go crazy if I could only eat dongo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
823JP was found and contained at a convenience store in Redacted City, Kyoto Prefecture. Upon reports from a civilian, surveillance camera footage recorded 823JP suddenly appearing in an empty space and producing some Chinese silver grass, which it shook up and down. Witnesses were interviewed, but no relevant information was obtained, and they were anesthetized and subsequently released. Given that 823JP has never demonstrated the ability to teleport through space, since this time of its containment is suspected to be connected to other anomalous entities. Addendum 1. On Redacted 20 Redacted at 9 p.m., while 823JP was in a field test to ascertain its ability to move, it produced Chinese silver grass and shook it vigorously. It is speculated that something on the other side excited 823JP due to the possibility of discovering information that could lead to the identity of 823JP. A window was installed in its containment cell, and the special containment procedures were updated. Addendum 2. 823JP has been found to be excited by the moon. Particularly, it gets more excited when there is a full moon. Addendum 3. On Redacted 20 Redacted at 10 p.m., 823JP showed an unknown reaction to the full moon. 823JP produced Chinese silver grass from the sambo, but did not shake it. 823JP turned to the window and made no movement until the full moon disappeared. When researcher Redacted entered the containment cell to check on the safety of 823JP, it slightly shook the Chinese silver grass and resumed its usual activities. Researcher Redacted reported that the votive paper of 823JP was a little damp. In addition to the full moon, that day it was snowing. Addendum 4. On Redacted 20 Redacted, researcher Redacted found some text appearing on the votive paper of 823JP. No such text has been identified in previous studies. The text reads as follows. How are you? I'm fine. There's nothing here but night and snow. I'm jealous. I have to go now, so I'll leave this child in your hands. I think he's going to be annoyed because he's lonely, but please be kind. From Drunkness Street with love.
They're just they're just little sentient dongos that like the moon. They can do no wrong.
Share this one. Okay, this one's also short.
Meanwhile, ominous stoplight.
Yeah. Item SCP-838-JP, Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. The quarantine of 838-JP affected area has been deemed to be impractical, as 838-JP's range of activity has encompassed the entire city of Redacted, where it has several world-famous tourist attractions. Affected areas to be patrolled by Mole Task Force, that symbol -2, Mole Whackers, to prevent the manifestation of 838-JP beforehand. Any witnesses of 838-JP are to be administered the amnesiacs and released. Any information verifying / suggesting the existence of 838-JP are to be thoroughly concealed. Description: SCP-838-JP is a collective designation of 838-JP-A to -E, the anomalous entities that manifest throughout the city of Redacted. Appearance and notable features of -A to -E are as follows. -A. Vehicular traffic signal. Some instances have been noted to have the arrow signal light. -B. Pedestrian traffic signal. Some instances have adopted pedestrian control style by a push button. -C. Mailbox. Thus far, no postal matters have been placed into -C by the civilians. -D. Street light. -E. Road sign. Just, in general, just road sign.
Good to know. Just road sign.
Yeah, -A, -B, and -D can function normally despite the lack of power supply. There is the individual distances of -A, -B, -D's lighting time, and -E's categories. Further information are available in attached document 838-1. 838-JP manifests on the ground surface of affected area with no advance notice. The condition / absence of the pavement, traffic density, and importance have no relation to the manifestation point of 838-JP. 838-JP immediately after manifestation of perpendicular to the ground, about 1 millimeter in height. Over the course of approximately 10 minutes, 838-JP grows to be the same size to its non-anomalous counterpart and becomes visually indistinguishable. In addition, 838-JP has observed to imitate the age deterioration of its surrounding objects and landscape. While the frequency of manifestation is still unknown, it is estimated that at least 10 838-JP instances appears throughout the city every day. If an individual who directly observes 838-JP instance felt a certain level of distrust towards its present 838-JP instance in question vanishes immediately. It is not currently known how 838-JP senses the observer's feelings, as well as the exact level of distrust that causes the demanifestation of 838-JP. For reference, all known 838-JP instances have not kept their presence for more than 1 second after it was cited by the Foundation personnel. In accordance with this, the clarification of composition and manifesting growing process of 838-JP has been considered to be unrealizable. Interviews with persons who are known to touch 838-JP instances in the past have revealed no useful information except for the statements that those instances were ordinary signals. Due to its nature, 838-JP was initially believed to be a hallucinatory phenomenon, with no evidence of its existence was found despite a large number of reports by civilians. However, a video footage including the growing process of a -B instance was discovered during an investigation, and 838-JP instances were officially recognized as physical entities. Currently, 5 kinds of 838-JP instances are known. Addendum 1. Further investigation revealed that a suspicious notepaper was recovered in the city of Redacted on 19 Redacted prior to the discovery of 838-JP. The document in question contains insufficient information and was considered to be a kind of mischief at that time. However, the relation between this document and 838-JP was pointed out by the Foundation personnel. These suggestions were deemed to be sufficiently persuasive. Contents of the document are as follows. How have you been? We are having a good time. We sent some of our jolly fellows. Hope they have already arrived to you. They will sprout from the ground and do their best before long. I'm only afraid that you think that they are misplaced kindness. Feel they're annoying, they'll just disappear. From the street with love. Addendum 2, in view of the discovery date of above-mentioned document, MTF members patrolled across the city while referring to a map for construction works of 9 redacted. As a result, redacted instances of SCP-838JP were disappeared. This is deemed to be a strong evidence that 838JP has spread all over the city by 19 redacted, while the public disturbance due to the disappearing of 838JP instances was mostly suppressed by disinformation operation. The information control and monitoring are still continuing in the light of this anomaly's widespread nature. Okay, so both SCPs we've read so far shown that they don't do any harm.
They're they're just weird anomalous beings that look like standard stuff from Japan.
And they're generally friendly.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a neutral good on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Neutral good or chaotic good, but I don't feel like they're chaotic enough.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really chaotic.
I think it's like fun.
Chaotic in the sense that they're a little weird, but they're not chaotic.
I think it's like a fundamentally somewhat chaotic activity to like send weird little guys all over the place for seemingly no reason.
I think
But
it's more like they're sending their children out to make people happy.
Yeah.
Or to make the children happy. So it's not really chaotic, it just seems like that, but I think neutral good is nice.
yeah, either way, I think neutral good's good.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was expecting, like, drunkenness street to be, really
drinking?
weird. Really weird alcoholics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Instead, you find joy in children and Dongo.
Well, hell, at the very least, Jerry, your prayer was answered a little late. We did find a good group.
I didn't pray at drunkenness street, but drunkenness street brought the good.
Yeah.
They brought the wholesome dongo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group I prayed at brought the crab boob.
Yeah. Anyway.